Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the shop. Today we're going to be opening up a BuckTool Sander, a 2x42. So come along with me. Let's see what happens. Now, if you take a look there, I'm opening up this box, and I'm using a box opener, which I really don't like these things. But I'm trying to use a little safety on it. As you notice, when I cut towards me, I was stepping back some. Now, normally you're supposed to push away from you, and that's the safety protocol on it, but that's what I do. Now, that box lid there's starting to get on my nerves. So we'll open this. There it is again. Okay, we'll rip it off in a few minutes. Yeah. Come on now. Straighten up. All right, so we got the manual here. There it is. And it tells you all that little stuff you need. Stickers. I like stickers. I've told you this before. I like stickers. Jeff, I'll share them with you, buddy. And that lid, I'm going to start. All right. So here's a metal plate that bolts onto the front of the sander and allows you to get up close and personal with it. Now, it's made out of metal. And I'll use it for another project I got in mind. Put that over there. Now here's the aluminum plate that does the same thing. Now on the opposite side of that bracket, I will cut that straight across so I can quick change my belts. Now you ain't got to do it. It's up to you what you do. But I like it. Now this little dust collecting box or vacuum head, whatever you want to call it. I've heard all kinds of things. Now this is a light that goes on the grinder. Now we're back to that darn thing. I'm moving it. Worthless. Yeah, never mind. So the light and the brackets are still in here. So this little light goes on down there at the grinder end. Let's open it up and put it somewhere for right now. Thick plastic. Everything's there. There's the LEDs. And there's some batteries for it. So they include the batteries. Yeah. Did on the last one too, matter of fact. Plastic shield goes down at the grinder end. Now that plastic shield, I'm going to install it just for safety reasons in my grandchildren. And I want them to see that there's safety involved, and believe me, I'll be more safe with what I have on than that little shield's going to give, but it'll work. Now these brackets here are what's used to hold on to face plates in the front or your grinding level plates. That black one right there goes down there at the grinder. It's tool stock, kind of like what you put your drill bit on while you sharpening your bits. And I hope y'all are sharpening your bits. If not, you're missing out on an opportunity to learn a good trade. So, we got some belts here. Yeah, there's 3 of them. Not bad. I like that. All right, drop cord. Plastic all the way around to keep the moisture out. Now some of that writing I can't understand. I don't even think I could take a picture and get Google to translate some of that. But I'm pretty sure what it's telling me is safety for the children and small animals. I bet there's that flap again. Okay, it's time to get that box out of the way. I'm done with it for now. Now we're going to place this thing right here on this table, real gentle. This is my baby. So what I'm going to do is lay it down here, and I'm going to remove this plastic. And I want to make absolutely sure that plastic don't find its way into a child's hand or a small animal. So I'm going to move it out of the way. Now that comes with the leveling peg already on it. That's a good job. Now roll it up, seal it up, and throw it in. Now I'll keep that box about a year on top of a shelf and it's sealed so nothing gets in there in case I have to send it back. Now I'm moving that belt and I'm watching that grinding stone. I move that grinding stone and I'm watching that belt. Now folks, like I said, always inspect your material. If you ordered it, there's a good chance somebody packed it somewhere or it got dropped off the truck or worse yet, sunk on a ship. Yeah, that's right. A lot of stuff comes from overseas. Now this dust plate here, folks, I mean, I'm not going to say nothing bad about it, but it's not something that I want to use. It's made out of plastic. It has an aluminum plate or a little piece of metal in there to catch the grindings off the metal. Now, you do what you want to do, and I'm not knocking the attempt that they've done. If you're doing wood and you're using vacuum systems, it probably wouldn't catch fire. But with me, I had one melt down. Now, I don't use vacuum systems, so this thing's about as useless as tits on a boar hog to me. But I'm going to install it so you can see where it's supposed to go and not set a bad example for you. I don't like it. I ain't going to lie about it. I think it ought to be metal. So, Buck, if you're listening to this video, think about it, hoss. You're going to need something in there a little better than that, because you're saying this is a metal one. And since I don't do everything that I'm supposed to do, probably you might ought to think about that. Because there's dumb butts like me out here. And just for the record, I am putting a vacuum system in. I'm working on it very slowly. I got a lot of it already prepared. I just got to start mounting pipe. Now we're back to them brackets again. We're opening this thing up, take a little gander at it. There's that knob. That thing's spring loaded. And there's the bracket, or the shelf, or the tool holder, whatever you want to call it, that goes down there on the white stone so you can do drill bits. And here's them tools I was telling you about. There's Allen wrenches and all kinds of things in these bags. And they're good Allen wrenches. I ain't kidding you now. They're good Allen wrenches. Ain't none of that cheap stuff. You know, the ones you get that look kind of silvery color. You turn 2-3 times kind of hard and you ain't got it no more. Excuse me while I take a sip of coffee. Well, put everything where it belongs. Tighten up them little screws so it don't go crazy down there. Now, we're going to get ready to go to mounting on some stuff. Now, it has a bolt in the hole over here as to where the clamps can go and where the plate goes up that you use as a platform to do your grinding on. Now, y'all forgive me if I forget the exact names of these things, but yeah, you can look at it and tell. Now, that there's a crown washer. The crown washer I explained in the other video, but you really don't need a lock washer with it, from what I'm told from salesmen and engineers. Well, the ones that know what they're doing. It's because they got an engineering degree or they considered top salesmen. Don't mean they know everything. You got to use some experience and you got to use a little knowledge on your own there. Now me, I've been doing maintenance for a long time. I'm going to take a look and take a gander, and I'm going to see if things fit, because I put the wrong bolt in the wrong hole and had to take it back out because it needed a longer one to make the job. So read your manual. Be safe. Now, we're going to put this thing together just to show you how it goes. You see how easy that handle spins over there, folks? That's what you're looking for. Now, once I get it to the point where I want it, I'll tighten that handle up. And if it's in the wrong place, it's spring-loaded. I can pull back on it and put it in another position. We're going to tighten that bottom plate up a little bit. There it is. Man, I wish I had MC Hammer song. I could play it in the background right now. But here we go. Now, this plate here is the one that I'm going to use. Now, you see that side off to the right hand there? That lip sticking out? That platform, if you will. I'm going to cut that off so I can change my belts quick time. Yep, there it is. There's another one of his. Well, let's go here. So we're going to mount this plate on it so you can see. Now look at that washer. It's got a round side to it. Even though it's silver, you don't need no lump. Well, at least I don't. You do what you want. Manufacturer tells you to do it, you do it. Direction tell you to do it, you do it. Now, after that, what you do is on your own. Remember, they make sure you know that. So now we're going to take that plate off. Or extension, or whatever you want to call it. I call it another project. I don't believe in wasting, folks, so anything I get in these little tool kits and stuff like that, I put it up and use it elsewhere. Because there's all kinds of uses that you can get out of it. Now, we're going to mount this thing up so you can see it. And I'm going to use this particular sander just for bevels. Now that lets all the way down. I can do some other stuff with that. So we got it halfway snug there a little bit. We're going to use that wrench, I think. Now that bracket I'm turning right there allows me to loosen it on the collar so I can turn it up. I don't want it too loose, but I want just enough that I can pull on it. There we go. Bring it on up till it stops. Boom. Hit the end. Now, we're going to just kind of snug that a little bit so it don't go nowhere. Now we're going to snug the plate down just a little bit so I can work with it. Now, folks, here's a little trick to the trade that I'm fixing to show you. Now you see how that plate is moving and I'm adjusting to the point where it's just snug enough I can move it with my hand. Now we're going to get a little square over here off the shelf. And I'm going to paste that shelf right there. Now you see that opening at the top? You don't want that if you want a square cut. So I pull it up till it just touches. And now I'm going to lock it down right there. Now you looking at that edge stick down the side of that sander. That's the one I'm cutting off. Even right in the middle of that clear section between two black lines where I can put it on. Now that is not a spare. It's used over on the other side when you're mounting those brackets. That bracket to be exact. So this is going to fit on that stone over there. It don't go here. So we're going to dig out the manual, and we're going to make sure of what we're doing. Trust me, folks, you can mess up. Think you know it all. Yeah, that's me. Pull out that manual, do a little reading, find that part that you need. Where does it go? How does it hook up? How much torque does it tell you to place on it, if any? It tells you hand tight. Remember, David and Goliath. One's a big one, one's a little one. Might not be the same tightness. Now, a lot of people call me the vanilla gorilla because I tighten things down just a little bit more than what they think it should be. But they ain't never been hit in the head with a part that flew off the machine either like I have. Now, they might have got hit in the head with a wrench trying to break it loose, but they sure didn't get hit in the head by it flying off. Not if I put it on. I still got a knot on my head from that, I think. Well, here's the tools they give you, and little brackets and stuff like that, and all the stuff that you need to do the job. Now, folks, that square didn't come with it, I ain't gonna lie to you. So don't be hollering at them that you ain't got your square. Buck tools, folks. Get it done. That's what they say. Kind of reminds me of that Southern comedian. Get her done. Now look at that clean thing, folks. Ooh, ain't that pretty? Ooh, that's pretty. That just make you want to stay in there and grind all day. Nah, close to it, but nah. Motor Tech on the back, all the information you need on it. Look at that. And this is together and ready to go on the phone. You gotta be a put stuff aside. There's that other one I told you about. Take a look at that video, folks. Y'all like them and share them. Because the money is going to St. Jude's and the Shriners Children's Hospital is my plan. Now I'll take a little out and buy cameras if needed, if my phone doesn't quit. So all you folks out there, be safe. Use your PPE. Safety's no joke.